Uh, Welcome to Bracket Bastards, the podcast. We take a bracket of 32, 64, 128 and more and banter our way down to a winner. I am your host this week for this shit, and this is Mike.
Yo, it's Mike with the crappy sound quality. How you doing, guys?
And
Yo, what's up? This is your boy Q. This is the energy, the live, the reason why y'all tune in, because it's me, fucking the best bastard of them all, the energetic one, and this is
the best looking bastard who's finally back after however many weeks off.
And I'm Kevin from the Mod Squad Network, and back to the retro review.
And we have a first time this week. Caden, how you doing there, sir?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me. And I like the vibe of this. I do a lot of podcasts on autism awareness and work I do for the community there. But I saw you guys needed a guest last minute. Wanted to give us a go this Father's Day.
Yeah, well, I can tell you right now, this show can get pretty freaking nuts. Speaking of that, before we go ahead and vote, like stuff like that, Father's Day. And one thing that majority of fathers kind of require is one really, really bad dad joke. So the other part is a penis. And we're talking about penises this week. Not the exact penises themselves, but we were talking about different types and names for penises. And we'll be getting to that in a second. Before we do, there's a couple rules, a couple lifelines, a couple perks. Number one is the blowing of load. One time during the show, you were allowed to blow your load. What this means, if you're one of the first people to go and don't want to be one of the first people to go, you can blow your load. That means you're going last. If somebody else blows their load after you, you are no longer going last. You're going directly before them. Second perk on this one is not blowing a load, stealing a vote. I already did blowing a load on this one. Is to steal a vote. Up to and including the quarterfinal round, you are allowed to steal somebody's vote as long as they haven't voted yet, which means if they blew their load, their vote is still active. You can steal their vote if they blew their load. Do not forget about this one. And since there are 6 people on the screen on this one, including Jess, we have pass the parcel is in play. If you do not want to vote for whatever reason, you can pass the parcel up to me one time per show, up to and including the quarter final matchups. Mike starts us off today. And speaking of Mike, this is the first time that Mike and Q has actually got to go on a show together. They've been friends for many, many, many years. And we've been just trying to get this done. It just hasn't happened for a litany of reasons. I'm glad to have you guys on the same show today. Mike, the first matchup for names for penises, is it a ding-a-ling or a disco stick?
Well, I'd like to say I'm glad I have Quentin behind me. So I think disco stick is okay, but I just like the good old-fashioned ding-a-ling. You know what I'm saying?
Ding-a-ling gets a vote off of that one, Q.
I mean, I'm probably gonna have to agree with my boy Mike right there, because it's just my ding-a-ling, my ding-a-ling. It has a song to it with you even. So, I'm going with ding-a-ling.
My ding-a-ling gets another one. Jess, speaking of ding-a-lings in your around circumstances, is it my ding-a-ling or disco stick?
I have to stick with ding-a-ling because that's just fun to say. Ding-a-ling-a-ling.
Lady Gaga's getting no love today. Kevin, is it disco stick or my ding-a-ling?
Since I think Dingling is pretty much going to get a sweep, I'm going to block the sweep and go with disco stick.
Just to screw it up, disco stick gets a vote off of this. And Caden, on your opening vote, better name for a penis, is it disco stick or ding-a-ling?
Well, I love me some Lady Gaga. And I think that disco stick is in reference to the song Love Game, the little rap thing she does. But Ding-a-ling's just a classic. Sick. There's a song to it and everything. It was referenced in the SpongeBob movie, I believe. So I'm going to have to go with Ding-a-ling on this one.
That is 4-1. The song that everybody seems to be talking about right now is by the great Chuck Berry. I'm pretty sure he's late and great by this point, but Ding-a-ling moves on to the next round. Q starts us off. Q, is it bratwurst or pickle Rick?
Turn yourself into a pickle, Morty! Boom, big reveal. I'm a pickle.
Pickle Rick gets a vote off of that
Pickle
one. Jess,
Rick it is.
is it pickle Rick or bratwurst?
I mean, I'm not a fan of bratwurst, and I'm not a fan of pickles, so this is kind of a difficult one. But I'm gonna have to go with pickle Rick. It's fun to say.
Pickle Rick gets another one. Kevin.
I gotta go with bratwurst. I love a good sausage.
Mm.
There's so many things that I can clip out of this show already. Just Caden, is it bratwurst or pickle Rick?
Let's see. Rick and Morty or classic barbecue delights. I'm gonna have to go with pickle Rick. I'm a huge Rick and Morty fan. They were screwed over in Space Jam 2, so let's redeem them with pickle Rick.
With that, pickle Rick moves on. But Mike, is it pickle Rick or bratwurst?
If there was a pickle here, it'd be in my mouth. So pickle Rick.
4-1 moves on to the next round. I should reiterate, it comes up every so often. The votes are not final until the last person votes, by the way. So if somebody does happen to change your opinion, you are allowed to change your vote as long as it is before the last person votes. Once the last person
Unless
votes,
it's me, I'm not allowed to.
unless it's Q. The reason that I reminded myself is because Q's here today. Unless it's Q, because Q abused that rule a long ass time ago. We just took it away from him. So he is the exception. Jess, the lovely lady today, is it Python or the Anaconda?
What about the Mamba?
Oh,
Only if it's black.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to go with Anaconda. Because Anaconda don't got none unless you got buns.
I'm not going to correct her on that one. Kevin, is it
yeah, I'm not
Anaconda or
going
Python?
to either. I was going to, but I was just gonna let it. I was just gonna let it slide.
Yeah,
She's
I gotta
focused
agree
on her
with
food,
Jess.
Jesus.
I gotta agree with Jess. Song and all.
Sir Mix-a-Lot approves. Caden, is it Anaconda or Python?
Well, they're both snakes, so they're basically the same thing, technically. But the song's catchy, and it's technically by Nicki Minaj now. Sir Mix-a-Lot was the original version, the Baby Got Back version, but I'll go with the Nicki Minaj song, Anaconda.
It gets to vote in the current win off of here. Mike, is it Anaconda or Python?
It's Mamba, but okay.
It wasn't on my list. By the way, this list came from the magazine Esquire. So if you want to blame anybody, blame them.
Then I'm gonna go with Python.
Python, just to fuck up the sweep. Q, finish this out. Is it Python or Anaconda?
To me, like when I think of like a python, it's like woo.
You wish.
But when I think anaconda, it's like, no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We're not ready for that shit. We're not ready for that shit. But yeah, I'm definitely going with anaconda, And it's my anaconda don't want none unless you got buns, hon.
I know. I messed up.
Anaconda gets to vote, and the win is 4-1. Moving on to the next round. Kevin starts us off. Is it the hammer or the Excalibur?
Well, I love a good nailing, so it's got to be the hammer. Bring those
Hammer gets a vote. By the way, in honor of Bubbles, good old can opening just for her. Hammer gets a vote off of that one. Caden, is it hammer or Excalibur?
Well, Excalibur sounds more cooler, so I'll have to go with Excalibur for that one.
Excalibur gets a vote. Mike, Excalibur or hammer?
I like hammer. Hammer sounds like a blue collar, just hardworking man, just getting the job done. You know what I'm saying?
I'm saying it's hammer time.
It's a vote. Hammer, by the way, always reminds me of the movie The Longest Yard. Bill Goldberg's
Or you hit him
character.
over the head with that hammer.
Yeah,
I want to
and
hurt him, not kill him.
let's say Excalibur is Stanley. Always reminds me of him. So it's kind of weird to be putting penis names next to them, but whatever. Mike, Hammer, Excalibur.
He just
Or sorry,
answered.
Mike just answered. Q.
Is
Is it Hammer or Excalibur?
All right. So this is really funny. Mike, do you remember Jake Niederman, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember how he played football, and when his dad was like the announcer, and Jake would get a tackle, he'd be like, "And nailed by the hammer."
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I haven't thought about that in years.
Just for that reason, I'm going with hammer. Just for that, just because that shit's funny as hell.
Hammer gets the current vote and the win right now. Jess finishes out. Is it Hammer or Excalibur?
I'm gonna go with Hammer because who doesn't like to get hammered?
With the fourth straight 4-1 vote, Hammer moves on to the next round. Caden, you get to start us off today. Is it the magic wand or the joystick, which, by the way, are also slang terms for vibrators?
Okay. Well, I'm a huge video game guy, N64 to be exact. I'm 19, but I like playing the emulator versions on a computer sometimes. I haven't had time to play like I used to, but for the sake of nostalgia, I'm gonna have to go with the good old-fashioned joystick.
Joystick gets a vote off of that one, Mike.
Yeah, it's going to be joystick because Quentin's going to go with magic wand because of freaking Harry Potter.
Yeah, but he's also a gamer too, so
Yeah, but he loves his Harry Potter.
we're going to find out. Q, is it magic wand or joystick?
All right. So this is very funny that Mike brings this up, because joystick is the classic, and even still today you still use now it's like a thumbstick more or less, but it's still like a joystick type thing. But I do some really good tricks with my magic wand, so I'm gonna have to go with it.
Magic wand does get a vote off of that one. Jess, is it magic wand or joystick?
I mean, because I'm a Harry Potter fan, I'm definitely going with magic wand.
She agrees with me.
So which means it is a tie-breaking decision coming down to Kevin. Kevin, is it magic wand or joystick?
And just to get any reference of anything Harry Potter out of here, I'm going with joystick.
Love you, Kevin.
3-2 in a split vote. Joystick moves on to the next round. Mike is back on the field again. Mike, is it Indiana Bone or Boner?
Oh, that's good. I love a good old boner. Indiana Bone. That's hilarious. I haven't heard that before. I actually don't even think it looked at the list very well. But Boner's like my number one seed right now.
Boner gets a vote off of that one. Q is, and I did say it wrong. It's not Indiana Bone. It's Indiana Bones. Is it Indiana Bones or Boner?
Well, the way I understand it, most people, they only have one bone down there because that, usually does the thing. I need two bones to make up the whole thing. So, no, I'm not going Indiana Bones. That thing is fucking, what? That's funny, but that is retarded. I guess not, not, you know what I mean? Not that.
Yeah, I know what you meant.
Anyways, though, yeah, I'm going with the good old-fashioned boner just because I remember sitting in math class, fucking X equals boner. It's like, why? Why do I have a random right now? I didn't like it.
Boner gets another one. Chess, is it Boner or Indiana Bones?
Well, you probably have the boner, random boner, because you have the hots for a lot of your teachers. So that's probably what
Not for Matt. Not for
Yeah,
Hey,
Matt.
I'm-
There is
I'm
no.
not
no.
gonna lie, dude. I had some hot teachers too. So
Oh, he still likes one of them.
Me too.
me too.
Does it start with an R?
3.
Three.
I got Jenkinson.
He
I'm
still
not
has
gonna
manhood.
reveal mine because I'm still friends with him. So
I'm gonna have to go with Boner.
Boner gets the current win off of here.
Reynolds.
Reynolds, dude. I don't know why, but Reynolds, yeah, bro. I think she'd be a
Kevin.
freak.
Kevin,
I
is
hope
it
he doesn't watch this.
is it Indiana Bones or Boner?
You know, I was originally going to go for Boner, and then I got to thinking, you know, you got Indiana Bones and the Holy Grail. Indiana Bones and the Temple of Doom. I love it. So I'm going Indiana Bones.
Makes sense.
You know, the way he puts it, it almost makes me change my vote.
Oh my
I mean,
god.
you have the
Like, that's
ability.
close.
If you would change your vote, it'd be a tie-breaking decision coming down to Caden.
But he's
Nah.
not allowed to change.
I'm not allowed to.
Oh, fuck! I
Indiana
keep forgetting
Bones
about
and the
that.
Crystal Skull.
It's because you haven't done it. Dial of Destinies. Okay, Caden, is it Indiana Bones or Boner?
Well, Boner's a classic, and I will say to you, I had a crush on a lot of girls too in school. When I was 11 years old, I once wrote a love letter to an emo chick I had a crush on, saying that she was finger freaking good. I still laugh thinking about it. I was 11 back then, so of course that was early stage puberty. But because I'm an Indiana Jones person, I'm gonna have to go with Indiana Bones on this one.
Indiana Bones does get a vote, but Boner moves on 3-2 in another split vote. Q starts us off. Q, is it? I'm really glad you start this off.
Oh, I am excited now.
Oh shit.
And this was not planned. This just happened to be where it was. Q, is it Wiener Schnitzel or tuna can?
Oh, you know it's tuna can. You know it's tuna can. I may not reach the bottom, but I'll dip the sides at that motherfucker.
Tuna can gets, and yes, tuna can was put in here just for you. So, tuna can does get a vote off of that one. Jess, is it tuna can or Wiener Schnitzel?
Wiener Schnitzel sounds fun to say.
It's like a dog.
It does sound like a dog, so that's what I'm gonna go with.
Actually, I'm pretty sure there is a wiener and a schnitzel for a dog, so I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, it could be.
Well, if I remember right, Wiener Schnitzel is actually a hot dog company.
Mhm.
They make gourmet hot dogs. It's
From
like
dog or
no.
Robert.
I hope not. I don't know anymore. Wiener Schnitzel does
You
get
don't know
Jess's vote, though.
anymore.
Nowadays.
Kevin, is it tuna can or Wiener Schnitzel?
Oh man, that's a tough one. I just had some schnitzel yesterday actually, so I'm gonna go with Wiener Schnitzel.
Wiener Schnitzel gets a vote. Caden, Wiener Schnitzel or tuna can?
Yeah.
I gotta go with Wiener Schnitzel. So I love German food.
Gets the vote and the win. Sorry, Q, on that one. Mike finishes out. Is it tuna can or Wiener Schnitzel?
I would have went with tuna can just for the first round for Q.
Yeah, I kind of figured that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3-2. Third split vote in a row, finishing out the first half of round one. Jess starts us off. Jess, is it Chuck Dickens or Sir Richard?
Let's go Sir Richards.
Sir Richard gets a vote off of that one. Kevin, Sir Richard, Chuck Dickens.
I'll pass the parcel to you. I don't care either way on this one.
Pass the parcel. By the way, for everybody out there, I shouldn't have to explain these jokes, but I'm going to on this one. Sir Richard, a common name for people named Richard is Dick. So that's where that joke comes in. And Chuck Dickens is a turn of phrase off of the name Charles Dickens, because Chuck is a short name for Charles. So there's that one. I'm gonna go with Sir Richard on this one, just for the shirt that a buddy of mine owns that says go go out vast and fetch me a satchel of Richards, or no, go out and vast digest a satchel of Richards. So go out and eat a bag of dicks. It makes me laugh every time I see him. So Sir Richard gets my vote on Pass the Parcel. Mike, is it Sir Richard or Chuck Dickens?
I would have to go. If I had explained myself, I don't think I'm very fancy there, so I'm going to go with Chuck.
Chuck gets a vote. Q, is it Chuck Dickens or Sir Richard?
Oh,
See,
guys, I gotta get going. I'm being called for dinner. All right. You can have my vote.
I was planning on it. That's why we have 6 people.
All right. See you guys.
All right, you have a good day there, sir. There, sir. I forgot where we're at. Q.
no, that's not my vote, but yeah, like you said, have a nice day there, sir.
Okay.
Just finished it with okay. But anyways, all right. So what's the 2 votes now?
Sir Richard or Chuck Dickens?
All right, yeah, it's definitely gonna be like I don't know. I feel like if I was gonna have my area called Sir Richard, I would have to come in I would have to she had to be in a maid costume, and I'd have to be in a suit with a little top hat, the little mustache.
You can have
I would have to just.
You have to be proper.
Yes, I would have to be proper. And it sounds fun, actually.
No.
You know what? I'm going Sir Richard. Fuck you. Let's go.
Sir Richard gets the vote, and
When in doubt, pinky out, man.
Sir Richard gets a vote off that one. I do apologize. I actually skipped Caden on that one because the vote got passed to me and going directly off the line. So it is 3-1, which means Sir Richard is going to move on either way. And we'll be back right after this break. There is nobody here to do ads on the bastard side unless Mike has an update on where he's been comedy wise.
Of course I do. So I was in Cleveland a couple weeks ago. Now I'm over going to be in the West Coast. I'll be in Portland, Eugene, Salem, and then I'll be up in Seattle for a couple days, so you can catch me there. So White Mamba.
And a little note from me, by the way, we are still doing the entire 5-star review type thing, where if you want to leave us a 5-star review on whatever podcaster you have and send me a picture of it so I have your name and everything else involved, and also send us a matchup of any kind of matchup that you want to have, and we will read it on one of these ad spaces that we have and actually vote on it, and give you a shout out just for giving us a 5-star review. It does help us out a lot, more than I actually wish it would, because it seems stupid to me, but it does help. So there's that. Welcome back for the second half of round 1. It looks like Jess, you started that last one off, I believe. So Kevin starts this one off. Kevin, is it twig and berries or Franken beans?
Frankenbeans.
Franken beans gets the vote off of that one. I'm gonna go with twig and berries on this one. I love both of these, but since we already have Wiener Schnitzel moving on, I don't want another German-based type thing going on. I love.
What, do you have a thing against Germans?
No, I'm just trying to go for an equal opportunity. And there's a Nickelodeon joke. I can't remember how it goes, but there's a Nickelodeon joke about twig and berries and having something slid into your childhood memories and cartoons. I know. I probably should have worded that better, but I'm gonna go with twig and berries off of this one. Mike, is it twig and berries or franken beans?
I'm going based off a food perspective. Twig and berries sounds like a kind of cereal, and I like frankenbeans, so we're going frankenbeans.
Gets a vote. Q.
I am gonna go with well, actually, a coworker of mine, Kenny. He would fucking always say some shit like if people were talking about their areas being big and shit like that. He'd be like, "Bro, you look like you have a twig with 2 blueberries attached to them." So I'm going twig and berries.
So they're not only balls, but they're blue balls too.
Yeah.
Twig and berries does get that vote, which means Jess is tie-breaking decision today. Jess, do you want to know who is facing in the next round?
No.
No, she's declining that one today. Is it twig and berries or frankenbeans?
Well, I don't like freaking beans, so I'm going with twig and berries.
In a complete turnaround, twig and berries moves on to the next round. 3-2. Faces a 4-1 though. I start this one off. It's either the eggplant emoji or the chub. Chub. Oh, where it makes me laugh. I'm not going to say where I'm going to work, where I work, but mainly because they don't pay me to be here.
I will.
Don't. It's a good way to get me fired. Like I don't wear their shirts. In fact, if you guys notice, I actually have a Bracket Bastards shirt on now. I love this fucking thing. But I'm not wearing their clothing. I don't promote them whatsoever. I work, I go there, I get paid, and I leave. However, I spend some of my days slicing up meats, and for other people out there knows what a chunk of one of those chunk of meats are called. It's called a chub. So there's a whole bunch of jokes at work about me putting somebody's chub on a slicer, and it makes me laugh every time. So I'm gonna go with chub on here just for that mental image. Mike, is it chub or eggplant emoji?
I'm gonna go with the one I have right now. So
That would be the eggplant emoji, or
yeah, that could go both ways.
how? I mean, chub. It's chub. It's a fish
Okay,
too.
I mean somebody could have texted you because you're on your phone. I'm assuming so. Somebody could have texted you an eggplant emoji.
That's true.
That is true, and it works.
Why did you do that?
I didn't think of that.
Chumbawamba.
Q, is it eggplant emoji or chub?
So we're saying like chub, like like Grubhub, but with a C, right?
Yeah, chub. CHUB.
All right. You like the grub much, So yeah, we're going with that one. We're going with yeah.
Chub.
I should.
I don't know why chode isn't on here. That's what bothers me, and it's not on.
That's what I wanted
to
keep saying. I'm not gonna lie, but
yeah, I don't know why chode isn't on here.
And
Yes, is it chub? Is it chub or eggplant emoji?
Chub.
Yeah, take that.
Chub gets another one. Working on a sweep. Kevin, is it chub or eggplant emoji?
Good old chubby, man. Good old chubby.
Chubb moves on in a sweep to the next round, faces the 4-1. Mike starts us off. Mike, is it the skin flute or rumple foreskin?
You said rumple foreskin?
Yep.
I'm gonna have to go with the second one because I'm not fully done there. So I like that. Rumple foreskin.
Rumple foreskin gets a vote off of that one. Q, rumple foreskin or skin flute?
Let's give me some rumple.
Yeah, rumple.
So
Yes.
just real quick, does anybody else feel like the bastards here are being outshined by this Kevin guy over here? Like, look at his setup. Look at his he has a nice little studio in the back, a nice mic and everything. We're just sitting here recording on our phones and shit. And he's
I'm in the
like, yeah.
bathroom.
I mean, I don't know about you guys. I got a nice background going on and shit like that too, and I'm wearing merch and everything else. By the way, speaking of merch, I got this off of Temu. So if you guys want to get merch for the show, you're more than welcome to. I'm not gonna fucking stop you. I would go just download whatever bastard logo or bracket bastard logo that you want to do, and just go out and personalize your own shit. It's actually kind of fun. So do that one. Jess, is it Rumple Foreskin or Skin Flute?
Rumple foreskin.
Kevin.
I've said Skin Flute more, but Rumple Foreskin is just funnier. I'm gonna go
I
with that.
know it is.
Yeah.
I had so much fun writing out this list when I found it. I'm gonna go for the sweep on here. I love both of these. As a person who was one of the 10% who their parents decided not to get him snipped. They're both rather funny. So I'm gonna go with Rumple Foreskin. Trying not to fuck that up. 5-0 moves on. Q starts us off. Q, is it the pocket rocket or the stick shift?
Can you drive a stick shift?
No.
All right, we're going pocket rocket.
I can. I hate it, but I can.
Find the stick shift, man.
I mean, yeah, I'm definitely going pocket rocket. I mean, I also have I play a game called Pocket Champs. So yeah, pocket rocket just goes with this. Let's go.
Pocket rocket gets a vote. Jess, is it pocket rocket or stick shift?
Pocket rocket.
Gets another one. Kevin,
Pocket Rocket. It rhymes.
go again. I'm gonna give it to stick shift just for the simple fact that I used to know a girl who would do certain things with the shifter on her boyfriend's car, just so the smell of her would be left in the car when he would piss her off. I
I've
know.
seen videos of that. So
Yeah, no, I've seen videos of that too. But she's. And what's really funny is that her boyfriend never knew, but his car always smelled like tuna. So,
Oh, gross.
so just
Thank
for her
you,
and
Freddie.
so
just
if he
for
never
her, and
knew,
I'm not gonna reveal any names
I
off of
don't know
this
if
one.
it's worth using the
if
stick
he never
shift or
knew, I
using
think
the
that was
flute.
more for her than him.
Mike, finish this off. Is it stick shift or pocket rocket?
I'm gonna go with pocket rocket. I like poker, and I thought of many jokes with deuces and pocket rockets, and I thought of Blippy when he pooped on somebody before. That's just random, but I'm going with pocket rocket.
Pocket rocket moves on 4-1. Faces another 4-1 in the next round. Jess starts us off. Jess, is it Junior or Mini Me?
Mini me.
Neither.
Austin Powers would be proud. Mini Me gets a vote off of that one.
Even
Kevin.
though I hate Austin Powers, but Mini me's a lot better than Junior.
Mini Me. $1 billion.
I wish I could.
I've actually called my nether regions Mini Me. Although I don't think it's good to call your nether regions Mini in any kind of form. So here's that. Does get my vote though. Mike, is it Mini Me or Junior?
Yeah, mini me.
Gets
I
another
wouldn't
one.
want to be called either, but mini me's better.
Finish this out, Q. Is it Mini Me or Junior?
I shall call him Mini.
5-0 moves on to face 3-2 in the next round. Kevin starts us off. Kevin, is it Long Dong Silver Or just dong?
What?
No, it's long dong silver. I mean, why would you shorten it?
I
You
know,
don't want
right?
to shorten it. You don't want anything short about it.
You don't want anything short about it. I'm gonna go with long dong silver as well. Just because it kind of goes with the entire horse type situation. Like long dong silver away. Mike, is it long dong silver or dong?
Long Dong Silver. It's just more creative.
It is, and it gets Mike's vote. Q.
I'm going with dong because if I say long dong, it's definitely false advertisement. That and I like to undersell myself a little bit.
That's good. It really is though, because then they're like, "Oh my goodness."
Right, it's
Lower
what I'm saying.
expectations.
It's like, oh, that's bigger than I thought it was gonna be.
And Jess finishes out. Is it long dong silver or just dong?
Well, when I hear Long John Silver's, obviously I think of the fast food, the restaurant.
So you think of fish?
But I think of fish.
Personally, I think of hush puppies, but those kind of the shape of those kind of don't go with the show.
I don't do any type of fish. So I'm gonna go with Dong.
You know, with somebody with the last name Fisher, that statement kind of bothers me. 3-2. Moves on, faces another 3-2. I start this one off. Is it it's either going to be the one-eyed monster or the purple-headed yogurt shooter? I'm gonna go with the purple-headed yogurt shooter. I'm sorry. I love both of these. Just for what it is, but I love the audacity of having to say purple-headed yogurt shooter. It's just fucking fun. It gets my vote. Mike, purple-headed yogurt shooter or the one-eyed monster?
Honestly, I'm gonna go One-Eyed Monster. That just sounds a little more like better than purple-headed. That yogurt shooter sounds disgusting.
It's talking about cum, dude.
It's like it's been choked and then it throws up.
I mean, when you're alone, so
Not just as long as it's not in front of your teacher, you should be fine.
I'll do it.
Q, is it one-eyed monster or purple-headed yogurt shooter?
All right, so when I heard this, I was just like, that should probably win on the name alone. However, Mike just totally put a whole new perspective on that for me. And yeah, the question is, why is it purple? Like, are you cutting off the blood circulation to it?
I mean, they do make certain devices that will help you with that, but yeah, sure.
I mean, that's factual, but
That's the whole purpose of cock rings, dude. Come on.
all right, I'm going with one-eyed monster just because of
Just because of Mike.
Mike.
Jess, is it one-eyed monster or purple-headed yogurt shooter?
I'm going with purple-headed yogurt shooter.
It's a tie game. Kevin, do you want to know who's facing in the next round?
nah, I don't care.
All right, Kevin, is it one-eyed monster or purple-headed yogurt shooter?
I'm going with one-eyed monster because that's the closest to one-eye Willie, which that's what it should have been.
I don't know how that didn't make it on the list either, but 3-2, another split vote. Moves on to face another split vote beyond that one. Last up, Mike starts us off. Mike, is it the almighty PP or Tennessee? Because it's a long name for a long thing.
I will go with Tennessee because it's so like simple, and I love my geography. So
Tennessee
I
gets
was
a vote.
there 2 weeks ago.
Tennessee gets a vote. Q, is it PP or Tennessee?
Well, it's definitely not going to be a 10 that she sees. So it's going to have to be TP.
PP gets a vote off of that one. Jess, is it PP or Tennessee?
I like PP, TP, whatever, same thing.
When I see PP, it reminds me of you're talking to a little kid, so I can't go with that. So it has to be Tennessee.
Tennessee
Come
gets
on,
a vote.
Memphis.
Hey, look at
Kevin.
that. That's such a big PP.
Kevin is it's so cute. Kevin, is it PP or Tennessee?
It's got to be PP. I can't deal with anything from Tennessee.
I can't deal with Tennessee. I love this name. It wasn't originally on this list, but we were talking about it on a previous show, and they not on the show, but like after the show ended, we were talking about future episodes, and they asked me, it's like, is the name Tennessee on that list? And I was super confused because I'm like, how can you name a penis Tennessee? And he's like, because it's a long name for a long thing. I'm like, that's fucking genius. I love it. So Tennessee gets my vote and the win. We'll be right back right after this break. Let me finish this out. 3-2. All right. Kevin, what you been up to?
Nothing much, man. You can find me at the Mod Squad Network, where we have a gamer show, movie show, no, we don't have a horror show anymore, but we have a live every Saturday night with a giveaway. You can catch me on Back to the Retro Review, where I review old movies and I do tech reviews as well. So if you want to check that out, definitely give me a lookout right there on Mod Squad Network or Back to the Retro Review.
And we are back for round 2. Looks like Jess starts us off on this one. Jess, how
Mike,
about...
hold that right.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I think it's
No. I'm saying, Mike, you need to hold that right. You're holding it wrong.
Oh, no, sorry. No, it's Q.
No,
Yeah, there you go.
No,
no.
the last time I crossed out, I put an X for Jess, it went all the way up to Q's name. So Q starts us off. Q, is it Ding-a-ling or Twig and Berries?
I'm going
You heard
Twig
me.
Bears.
That's how you heard me. Twig and Berries gets a vote off of that one. Now it's Jess. Jess, Twig and Berries or Ding-a-ling?
Ding-a-ling. Ding-a-ling-a-ling.
Split vote so far. Kevin, Ding-a-ling, Twig and Berries.
Dingling is just too classic.
I'm gonna tie it up just for Mike because I honestly don't care. Mike, is it Twig and Berries or Ding-a-ling? You are tie-breaking decision.
Okay, so we were talking about Ding-a-ling, like the song. Does anybody remember The Simpsons where the kid's up there singing, "My Ding-a-ling, won't you play with?" And Skinner comes out and he's like, "This act is over." I'm going Ding-a-ling.
I do actually, yeah.
Thank you. I didn't want to feel stupid. Appreciate that. Ding-a-ling.
Ding-a-ling moves on 3-2 to the next round.
Ding-a-ling, ding-a-ling.
Jess starts us off. Jess, is it Rumple Foreskin or Anaconda?
Rumple Foreskin.
Gets a vote. Kevin.
Yeah, Rumple Foreskin is just too good.
I'm... See, okay. As somebody who likes to make people laugh, I do love the entire name Rumple Foreskin, but I also love the entire the song Baby Got Back. So, which I feel bad for doing this, but I'm gonna have to go with Rumple Foreskin because it does make me laugh every time I fucking hear it. It gets my vote. Mike, is it Rumple Foreskin or Anaconda?
Well, I'm still kind of salty about Mamba being left out. And speaking of salty things, Rumple Foreskin also sounds like a disease thing. If you think about it, it's got rumple. So it's probably rumples, bumps all over the thing. But I mean, I'm not one to judge. So I'm going to go, but I will go Rumple Foreskin. I like that.
Gets
So,
another vote. Q, finish
ribs
this out.
for
Is it
her
Rumple
pleasure.
Foreskin or Anaconda?
All right, so when I hear Rumble Foreskin, all I think is Rumpelstiltskin from fucking Shrek and those long, nasty ass toenails that are just like, fucking, like when he's like, sign it, Shrek, sign it, it's just fucking.
Doesn't put you in the mood there, Q.
No, not at all.
Does the
So I'm
Anaconda
going
put you in the
Anaconda
mood?
with this one.
The Anaconda puts Q in the mood.
I
But
can't do anything about that.
Rumple Foreskin moves on to the next round. Kevin starts us off. Kevin, is it Mini Me or Joystick?
Ooh. Maybe it's Mini Me. Mini Me.
Mini Me gets a vote. I'm gonna go with the Joystick on here. Again, I don't having something that has the word joy in it actually kind of makes me happy because it might actually bring somebody else. I know it brings me joy. I hope it brings somebody else joy. And again, anything you don't want to. I don't want to add the word mini to something down there. I just don't. So Joystick gets my vote. Mike, is it Joystick or Mini Me?
I'm in complete agreement with Freddie. I don't want to be called Mini Me or Junior, and that would just be horrible. So I'm going with Freddie. It's Joystick.
Mike's going with my Joystick here. Q, is it Mini Me
That's
or
right.
Joystick?
I like Minnie. I don't know why. I just do. Like I said, though, I like to undersell. But it is joyful when she plays with my stick. So yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go. I think I'm gonna have to go skiing and go Joystick.
Joystick gets a vote and the current win right here. Kevin, is it Mini Me or Joystick?
Wow, you just totally skipped me.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
sorry.
started us
Did I
off,
do
yeah.
that? I apologize.
It's
I don't
Father's
think he
Day.
does. Slap him.
Jess, that's because I didn't write down Kevin's. I didn't cross out Kevin's name. Jess, is it Mini Me or Joystick?
I'm gonna go with Joystick because it's a lot funner than Mini.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
Joystick moves on 4-1 to the next round. Kevin started off that one, which means I start this one off. It's either Wiener Schnitzel or Tennessee. It's America versus Germany on this one. I'm gonna go with Tennessee again. I love the entire thing, and when this guy told me this, I burst out laughing because it was so fucking stupid and fun at the same time. I'm gonna have to go with freaking Tennessee. It gets my vote. Mike, is it Tennessee or Wiener Schnitzel?
This might end up losing in the end, but I'm going Tennessee too.
Tennessee as well gets a vote off of that one. Q, Tennessee or Wiener Schnitzel?
Again, false advertisement, and I'm way overselling if I say Tennessee. So no, I had to go with Wiener Schnitzel.
Jess
I've got to stick with Wiener Schnitzel.
gets a vote, which means there's another tie-breaking decision coming down to Kevin. Kevin does not like anything from Tennessee, so is it Wiener Schnitzel or
It
Tennessee?
is Wiener Schnitzel.
I called it.
With a complete turnaround.
I'm gonna keep my steal a vote.
Moves on 3-2 to the next round.
Mike, if you
Mike.
steal mine, I'm gonna steal your fucking virginity.
Too
Speaking
late. You
of
already
Mike,
did it like 10 years ago.
speaking of Mike's steal a vote, Mike, is it Pickle Rick or Chub?
I love Rick and Morty, but I just love the sound of a good old chub.
Chub, which should have been chode, gets a vote off of that one. Q, is it Chub or Pickle Rick?
It's still got to be Pickle Rick just because of the whole scene right there.
Pickle Rick gets a vote. Jess, Pickle Rick, Chub.
I don't like pickles, so I'm going with Chub.
Pickle this.
Kevin.
No pickle shots here, so I'm going Chub. Chub
gets a vote and the win. I'm going to give it to Chub as well because I I don't like the show Rick and Morty.
What is wrong with you, Freddie?
You
I
don't even
know.
watch it, so shut it.
Then how do I know?
I know. I've been told that in the past. I'm like, I don't like the show Rick and Morty. People's like,
How do I know the whole pickle Rick thing?
Because they've advertised it.
No.
It's
moves on
a
4-1
meme
to the
everywhere.
next round. Q starts us off. Q, is it the pocket rocket or the hammer?
He got nailed by the hammer.
Hammer
And that
gets
was
a
always
vote.
funny because it was always like put that in that terms because it was football players. So, it was always, put in that manner. I didn't mean that in any sort of way.
Hammer gets a vote off of that one. Jess, is it hammer or pocket rocket?
Hammer time.
Gets another one, Kevin.
Hey, you got to put in work with that hammer, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Just for a possible sweep, I'm going to go for hammer as well. Mike, finish this out. Is it hammer or pocket rocket?
I'm getting so big I can't touch this. We're going with hammer.
Hammer time. 5-0. Another sweep moves on to the next round. Jess starts us off on this one. Is it boner or long dong silver?
Oh, I'm going with boner.
Not even a chance. Kevin, long dong silver or boner?
We'll stick with a classic boner.
Gets another one. I'm going to give it to creativity here. I'm a creative guy. I'm going to go with long dong silver because it's just fucking funny.
What the fuck was that?
The seat shifted. I almost fell
What
off.
the hell just happened?
The seat just shifted. I almost fell off of my chair in the living room.
That has great acoustics. I don't know, Mike. It kind of seemed like a shitty situation you were about in.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Mike, is it long dong silver or boner?
Well, this tattoo is actually Japanese for boner, so we're going boner.
Okay.
Is it really?
No. They're Roman numerals.
I didn't quite see it. That's why I'm like.
Yeah, I couldn't see it from here either. So.
Oh, it could be.
Is it really?
No, but Mike would be the type of person that would do that.
I would.
I can see Mike getting drunk and just waking up with a tattoo and be like, "What's this?"
Boner.
Q, finish this out. Is it boner or long dong silver?
Yeah, I'm gonna get that fishiness out of here, so I'm going with just straight boner.
4-1 faces another 4-1 in the quarterfinals. Kevin finishes out round 2. Kevin, is it the one-eyed monster or Sir Richard? Both of these are split votes last round.
One-eyed monster.
Gets a vote. I'm going to go with a classic one-eyed monster as well. I don't like this entire corner, to be honest, because there's not really, with the exception of Tuna Can, there's not really a lot of things that I wish would have gone on. But one-eyed monster gets my vote. Mike, is it one-eyed monster or Sir Richard?
It's Mike Wazowski, also known as One-Eyed Monster.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Q, one-eyed monster or Sir Richard?
I liked the pun there, Mike.
Right.
Thanks. It's a dad joke. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, it's Father's Day. It's the time of year to do it.
Oh shit! All right, so what is it now? One-eyed monster and what?
Sir Richard.
Oh shit!
Something that you're not.
From now on, you're gonna restart your story.
Hell
Sir
no.
Richard.
Hell no. Ain't happening.
You're just gonna be like, Sir Richard.
Sir Asshole. Or Sir Dickhead.
I'm going Sir Richard just for that reason.
Sir Richard gets a vote, cutting out the sweep. Jess, finish this out. Is it Sir Richard or one-eyed monster?
One-eyed monster.
Oh, come on.
Goes 4-1,
You're
faces at
saying Sir
3-2.
Richard.
Oh, hell no.
You ain't getting shit without Sir Richard.
We'll be right back right after this break. Nobody. Okay, past the partials are gone because we have a odd number of people. So nobody has blown their load and nobody have stolen a vote. These next 4 matches are the only ones that you can steal a vote on. Anything after that, you're not allowed to. But blowing a load goes all the way to the finals.
The only one that should really blow a load is probably Jess.
That's why I'm not.
Welcome back for
almost
round
fell off
3 and
toilet
beyond.
seat.
It looks like Kevin starts us off on this one, and I'm going to give Kevin Wiener Schnitzel versus One-Eyed Monster.
You ain't giving me any of those. Let's see. You know what? I am going to blow my load on this one.
Kevin is the only one to use any lifeline so far, by the way. Kevin blew his load on this one, which means I start us off. Between Wiener Schnitzel and One-Eyed Monster, I'm going to go with One-Eyed Monster on here. It's a classic. This is like probably something from the 50s, or not 50s, probably 60s, because they were a little bit prudish back then in the 50s. But One-Eyed Monster gets my vote. Mike, is it One-Eyed Monster or Wiener Schnitzel?
I'm just gonna go ahead and do it before I lose it. Quentin, watch out.
What?
I'm blowing my load on Quentin.
You're going to blow his load. Q, One-Eyed Monster or Wiener Schnitzel?
Let me massage that oil in real quick. All right. Anyways,
It's got SPF 40.
SPF 40. I'm going One-Eyed Monster on this one.
I would have gone SPF 69, but that's me.
Oh, that's so much better. That's so much better.
So much better.
Harley's in comments, by the way. She's going to go for One-Eyed Monster on here. Thank you, Harley. Q, One-Eyed Monster or Wiener Schnitzel?
Did I just say One-Eyed Monster?
Yes, you did. You did. Sorry, Jess. The entire SBF comment still kind of threw me off. Jess, is it One-Eyed Monster or Wiener Schnitzel?
Wiener Schnitzel.
Wiener Schnitzel gets a vote. Kevin and Mike.
If you ever call it a Wiener Schnitzel, it's not going anywhere. It's going down if anything. Like if anybody ever was like, "Oh, that's a good Wiener Schnitzel," it's like, "No, I'm done. I'm out."
Kevin and Mike blew their load. Kevin, is it Wiener Schnitzel or One-Eyed Monster?
I'll go Wiener Schnitzel.
Wiener Schnitzel gets a vote, which means it is a tie-breaking decision coming down to Mike. Mike, is it Wiener Schnitzel or One-Eyed Monster?
One-Eyed Monster.
One-Eyed gets a vote. 3-2 to the next round.
Oh.
I start us off. Go with the classic ones on here. Is it Ding-a-ling or Chub? I'm gonna go with Chub. I'm sorry. I don't have a reason for it because they're both good, but I'm gonna go with Chub. Gets my vote. Mike, is it Chub or Ding-a-ling?
I feel like I can smell this one from here. I'm gonna go with Chub.
Chub gets a vote. Harley agrees with you in comments as well. Q, is it Chub or Ding-a-ling?
I'm going with Ding-a-ling.
Gets a vote. Speaking of
I swear, okay. I'll explain it later. This is shit's funny.
I can see what happened.
Speaking of Ding-a-lings, Jess, is it Ding-a-ling or Chub?
I'm going to go with Ding-a-ling.
Ding-a-ling gets a vote, which means it is another tie-breaking decision coming down to Kevin. Kevin, is it Chub or Ding-a-ling?
Ooh, both classics. But I'm going to go with my Ding-a-ling.
Dingling gets a vote 3-2. On to the next round. Mike starts us off. I'm going to give Mike. Is it Rumple Foreskin or Hammer?
I'm going with the herpes penis. Rumple foreskin.
Rumple Foreskin gets a vote. Q.
Pull back this foreskin. Let's go.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Spin it into gold, too.
Rumple foreskin is what?
Hammer.
Herpes.
I'm going with hammer.
Kevin.
Let's see. I only have one lifeline left, right?
Yes, you
Let's
only have to
see.
steal a vote.
I'll steal your vote and just go hammer.
With a from behind victory on here. Hammer
Giggity.
moves on. Kevin is out of lifelines, though. Q starts us off on the final matchup of round 3. Is it the joystick or the boner?
Ooh. I've definitely heard you say boner more than joystick.
Boner. Yours.
Mueller. Boner. Yeah, I'm going boner just because of Jess right there.
Boner gets a vote. Jess.
Boner.
Boner. Kevin.
And the only reason I use my lifeline because this is the perfect episode to be a completionist. I am going with boner.
Boner gets a vote.
Makes good sense. I like his thinking.
Mike, just to be an asshole, I'm going to steal your vote too.
Wait. Who's in the lead right now?
It's Boner's one.
Okay.
And I'm gonna give it to Boner as well. I'm gonna give
Yep.
Boner the sweep.
Yep.
And that does make a pretty good matchup in the final 4.
Was
Mike,
Boner? Oh, sorry.
Mike, what would have your vote been? Just to say.
I thought of something, and there's a movie called Ben-Hur. Do you think Boner was after that movie? Maybe that was something to look up, honestly. But yes, I would have gone with Boner. Number
Like
one seed.
the porno version of a church movie.
Yeah, pretty much. Like the Star Wars. You could make Bone-Hur instead of Ben-Hur.
I'm pretty sure they have. Anybody in comments, or everybody else listening, look up to see if somebody made a porno called Bone-Hur.
I'm
If
sure
you do,
they have.
make sure your safe surf is off, and 2, you don't let your kids onto your computer because you don't want them to find it. Boner
And 3,
moves
send
on
me the
5-0 to the next round. Q started that one off. So Jess, these are the final 4. You get to pick through one of them. And according to Harley, in comments, yes, there is. So I don't know how Harley knows that there is, but apparently there is. So
She knew that pretty instantly too. Like that
Yeah,
was a fast search if that was a search.
that's
She could have good internet.
Google A is on hyperdrive right now. Jess, one of these, is it One-Eyed Monster, Dingaling, Hammer, or Boner? One of those we're gonna start off with. What is your choice?
Boner.
Boner. Jess is apparently Harley knows. She just knows. Jess, is it Boner or Dingaling?
Am I out of steal votes?
You haven't stolen anybody's vote.
I know.
Yes. No. Steal votes are gone.
Okay, that's what I was.
Blow your load, but
I thought you said up to the quarterfinals.
which we're not on the. We're up past the quarterfinals. This is the semifinal matchup.
Semifinals.
It's the final 4,
Dun, 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 dun.
My bad.
I'm going
which
with
would make it the
Boner.
semifinals.
You are right, Freddie. You are correct.
I'm going with boner.
Boner gets a vote. Apparently, how Harley knows. I love you, Harley. Harley's in comments. Apparently, one, she's voting for boner, and two, it's apparently says I watch a lot of porn. LOL. So
I don't.
calling on an expert there, boner gets that vote. Kevin, is it boner or dingling?
Man, I love dingling, but she don't eat meat, but she sure likes the bone.
The mama.
Boner gets a vote. I'm gonna go with boner as well. It's a classic thing, and I'm pretty sure I voted against dingling this entire time. So boner gets my vote. Mike, is it boner or dingling?
Speaking of semis, I'm going with boner.
Jesus.
I just thought of that.
Q, finish this out. Is it boner or dingling?
Oh yeah, I'm going boner. Jesus, Mike.
5-0 moves on to the next round. Dingaling has a possible third place. We'll be facing one of these. Kevin starts us off. Kevin, is it hammer or one-eyed monster?
I still like hammer, man.
Hammer gets a vote. I'm gonna go with one-eyed monster on here. It's a classic, and I think one-eyed monster versus boner would be a pretty good good finals, just from going the classicness off of that one. Mike, is it one-eyed monster or hammer?
Yeah, I'm gonna go one-eyed monster.
Gets another one. Q, one-eyed monster, hammer.
If I saw a one-eyed monster, I would definitely be grabbing a hammer and beating the shit out of that thing with it.
That's
So
exactly.
you've been doing that to Mike Wazowski?
Yeah. Yeah. Go right for the eye first. That's the hammer.
Hammer gets a vote, which means it is a tie-breaking decision coming down to Jess. Jess, you know who is facing in the final matchup. Is it one-eyed monster or hammer?
Hammer.
Hammer gets a vote. Harley's in comment. She's going with one-eyed monster off of here. One-eyed does go into third place, which we'll be getting to them in a second. Hammer moves on 3-2, faces a 5-0 in the final matchup. Looks like I start off round 3. It's either one-eyed monster or dingling. This could be a final matchup, to be perfectly honest. Like they're both classic ones. There's a song called "My Dingling," which we've referenced multiple times. The one-eyed monster is just very, very, very apropos for what it is for majority of people. In honor of Chuck Berry, though, I'm going to go with "My Dingling," which I think is the first time I voted for it. The second time I voted for it for round 1. Mike, is it dingling or one-eyed monster?
I'm gonna give tribute again, to old Charles Barkley Berry. I'll go with my dingling.
Gets a second vote. Q, is it dingling or one-eyed monster?
I'm just singing my dingling right in the head, man.
Apparently, our Googling comments today, there is a song for one-eyed monster as well. I've never heard that.
Is it by
there
Falling in
probably
Reverse?
is, because I'm not the end-all be-all on music, but that wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I've never heard of that either.
So sorry about that, Q. What was your vote?
A dingling, yeah.
Dingling gets a vote, and the current win off of this one. Jess, is it dingling or one-eyed monster?
Dingling.
Gets another one with a possible sweep. Kevin, is it dingling or one-eyed monster?
I can't let it sweep. One-eyed monster.
4-1 just to fuck up the sweep. Dingling moves on into third place. Mike, It's going to start off in the finals. Myself, Q, Jess has not blown a load. This is the last time for you to do it. Q, Mike, is it boner or hammer?
Well, seeing as I already blew my load on on time, I'm gonna go with my number one seed from the beginning, boner.
Boner gets the vote off of that one. Q.
Let's freaking go! That's my Q
I
impression.
still feel them moving.
Just keep swimming. Keep swimming.
Oh. Alright, it's boner or hammer, huh?
Harley, by the way, says boner in comments.
Alright, I'll go boner. Let's go boner.
Q's going boner for Harley on this one. Thank you, Harley, in comments as well. Jess, is it boner or hammer?
Boner.
Gets the vote and the current win off of this one. Kevin.
Boner.
I gotta stick with hammer.
I'm gonna give it to boner. Boner's a classic, and it is 4-1. Boner wins the my dingling bracket, or the penis name bracket, or whatever it happened to be called today. I do have to come up with a name for today's show, and I have no idea what it's going to be.
Have fun editing this.
I'm gonna have fun.
So
I am gonna have fun editing this show. Speaking of that, though, Mike, where can people find you?
You can find me all over the country, but right now I am in. I thought I said Portland. I hope that was right. You can find me there.
And you can find Q at.
Are you really important? Portland right now?
No, I mean yes. Dang it! Cut that out. Cut that out. Cut that out. Damn it! Dang it!
No, he's in Fort Wayne right now. He's gonna be in
I know
Portland tomorrow.
that shit's funny.
All
Alright, now. Obviously, you can find me on Facebook under Quentin Vandistreet. You can also find me on Instagram under Master Bastard Q because, well, I am the master of these bastards.
You can find Jess at.
On Instagram under JessMay93. What the fuck are you?
And on my ding-a-ling.
Or on this podcast or Facebook under JessMay93.
You can find Kevin at.
You can find me on the Mod Squad Network YouTube page or at Back to the Retro Review on Instagram.
And I'm your host, Freddie Fish. You can find me at that on Facebook. While you're on Facebook, check out Bracketology and Bracket Bastards. We are currently doing, on Bracketology, we have 2 polls every day. It is the Terrific Teachers Bracket, which is ending soon. We're in the semifinals on that particular one right now. And we also have the DILF bracket, which is still in round 1, so you have plenty of time to vote on that one. The next bracket will be released next week, because I don't actually know what that's going to be quite yet, which sucks because I'm supposed to release a clue in like 2 hours for that. On Twitter, we're all at Bracket Bastards, and you can find me at Fisher777, and on Instagram, as always, you can find me at Can't Lick Me, not one word. Next week, in honor of Mike, the White Mamba up there, we are doing an episode called the Mike Check, where it is 32 people with the name of either Mike or Michaels in their name. And to be honest, it's part of the summer of stupidity that we're having this year.
Right,
All it is,
no,
it's fun.
Michael Jordan on there.
Yes.
It's
Michael Jordan's
on there.
Michael Jordan's on there. Michael B. Jordan is on there as well.
Michael Vick.
Michael Vick is on there. Shawn Michaels is on there.
Is Michael Scott on there?
Ooh.
No, because Michael Scott is not an actual person.
That's true.
What was the name again?
I don't remember now.
Michael B.
So, I leave every single show with a quote relating to the current bracket. And this one, it goes uncredited because I couldn't find who actually originally said it. But it says, you can't say happiness without penis in your mouth. Have a good week, guys.
Bye.
Peace.